had diarrhea since Easter's. So I think the first place to start here is there's a lot of things going on in the Middle East right now.
Always.
I should say always. Yeah,
Ever since I've been born.
Yeah.
Nothing's never been not going on over there.
It seems like there's always a...
That's a double negative. I feel like that didn't make sense.
Well, let's talk about it. So, we all know what's going on with Iran. I think we're on around the 40th day of fighting. And we had talked about, I think on our last podcast, which was probably like a month or so ago, how long we thought this was going to last. I said a month and a half. So it's going to have to wrap up pretty soon for me to be right.
How long did I say?
You said 3 months. Actually, you said longer, and then you kind of went back to 3 months. But I think I'm probably going to be wrong. So what's going on right now is that we've had some pretty consistent fighting. We've got a ceasefire right now that's supposed to last for a couple weeks. And do we really think, right now, so J.D. Vance is over, I believe, in Pakistan.
He was in Hungary for a minute.
Yeah, well, I don't think it has anything to do with it. I know
Doesn't.
You. But anyway.
But you said no one would care, so I had to bring it up.
She starts talking about when we prep for this, April brings up ideas, and she got stuck on the Hungarian presidential election. I was like, nobody cares.
It's not Hungarian. It's Hungary.
Hungary's,
isn't it?
No,
that's right. No, you're right. I'm wrong.
People from Hungary are Hungarian.
Or Hungarian. Yeah. Sorry, I was wrong.
So anyway, so you got J.D. Vance over there trying to negotiate.
Not in Hungary. The other place. Where's
in Pakistan?
In Pakistan.
About the war in Iran.
Okay.
So Trump calls this ceasefire, like the day hasn't even closed out, and Israel is bombing. Now, Israel's bombing Lebanon, which I don't know why Iran would think that that's part of the ceasefire. It's a different country.
You can't fire on anyone, apparently.
Apparently, that's what they thought. And the reason why is because
going after
Hezbollah is in Lebanon, and they claim that they don't finance Hezbollah, but they obviously do.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah, that's
I get it.
That's what's going on. So they finance Hezbollah, and there's tons of people that are in Lebanon that are part of that terrorist group.
I didn't put that together at the time, but I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you said that, I'm like,
so
that's why they're mad about it.
It's funny because they've always said, no, we don't do that. That has nothing to do with us. And they're like,
are you flying on our people? Why? That's not right. That's not the right accent.
No, that's Indian.
No,
that's offensive.
That's offensive. Sorry. You want me to do my Chinese accent? I'm pretty good.
No, let's hold on. We'll leave that for the Evie. So okay. as far as what's going on over there, I mean, it's been brutal. But I think now Netanyahu said, fine, we won't bomb Lebanon. We'll try to work within these parameters right now and see what happens. But everybody's got to play ball. It's like, is Hezbollah part of this truce? Probably not. So they're going to do something. And of course, Israel's going to retaliate. So, I mean, it's a very tough situation.
It's all in together there. Like all those Middle Eastern countries are all kind of tied in to where you can't bomb one without bombing the other.
Yeah.
And it's
a mess. Right now, you've got that. It's been going on for, like I said, 40 days. I honestly thought it would be, I mean, I guess you could say it's starting to wrap up. But is it really? Do we think that this, even if it does stop for a short period of time, is it going to continue? Because basically it took about 20 days or so for Iran to figure out the weak point here is the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is where all the shipping, the oil and gas and shipping takes everything out of that strait. And, they basically have it closed down.
I just don't understand why we care. Because now that we have Venezuela, why do we care what happens over in the Middle East?
Because OPEC and all the oil and gas prices are tied to each other. That's part of how
I thought that was the point of taking Venezuela, or part of the point was to, free the Venezuelans, but also have access to their resources so we don't have to depend on the Middle East.
It makes sense because we don't really depend on, at least we don't, so we don't depend on Iran because that was sanctioned. We never got their oil and gas. But and I don't know that I know, of course, on the other side of the strait you got Saudi Arabia. Now I believe they can, other countries that have oil and gas can take it through the Red Sea or through other straits, Suarez or whatever its name is. I think that's a Spanish name. I think I said that wrong, but
No.
but it's something close to that. Um,
What was
so
it?
there's other things that they can do um, in order to get the oil and gas out. Another thing that Saudi Arabia has been preparing for this, they have like a pipeline that goes from the strait all the way across their country to the sea. I don't know if we're using that, and I
Mm.
don't know if we're not using it, why not? Maybe it's not officially complete, but they've been working on it since the 80s, is what they said. So
And it's not complete?
I'm sure it is complete,
Oh,
but I don't know
why it's not being
why
utilized.
it's not being utilized. So you've got this whole Strait of Hormuz that's basically closed down, and it's causing. I mean, before the war started. I mean, here's the thing: like, I was for a short period of war, not sending troops over there, bombing them, which is so far what they've done. But I didn't want it to affect the gas prices so much. So I'm almost at the point like, okay, it's time to wrap this up. Let's get out of there. And one of the things that is frustrating about the war that everybody's feeling right now is the price of
Prices
gas.
of gas. Once the price, and that's the thing, we've said it before, once the prices of gas go up, everything else goes up because everything's transported by truck or
Yeah.
other fuel
Diesel.
sources.
Yeah. Anything that uses diesel it's gonna affect. But
Yeah.
the point though is, or one of the points is that I'm making at least right now is my gas per gallon here in Illinois was $2.85, 75,
So
85
nice.
cents. That's where it finally got to with Trump. And then all of a sudden
He's just blowing it up.
now we're at $4.25.
It was $4.19 last week when I filled up.
Yeah. And I've seen it as
And-
high as 4.30. So that is a 25% difference, in the gas prices.
Yeah.
And that's a huge jump. So
Yeah.
what's going to follow? Everything's going to follow. So we just got out of COVID, and the gas prices stayed pretty high with Biden. They finally started to drop significantly where you noticed a difference with Trump.
But
And before, he's a little bit year and a couple months in office, and now we're right back up higher,
Yeah.
much higher than what Biden was. Well, during COVID it got higher, but by the end of his, we were in the threes. So you just got to call balls and strikes as you see it. And right now,
yeah.
I
But
mean,
he doesn't like criticism for sure.
he doesn't like
Anyone
criticism.
that can, and we're trying to constructively criticize him here, and
Yeah.
this is not going to be good for him. It's not going to be good for the party
And
when
he
the
chose,
midterms come
he
up.
chose to do it right before the midterms. If anything, it would have been, in my opinion, it would have been smarter to wait. But
Yeah, which
I'm not for sure exactly why he decided. I mean, it's hard to say because they have intelligence that, of course, they've got CIA and other intelligences and that we just don't have access to. So, if you listen to our great friend Lindsey Graham, who is a warmonger and just loves war,
that guy is horrible.
um,
He's going to hell.
yeah, he says that they were, weeks from getting uranium that was nuclear ready. So enriched uranium that was for a nuclear bomb. I think they judge it by 30, 60, or 90%. He was basically saying it was at 60%, and it only takes like a couple weeks to get from 60 to 90. Now they've been saying that for years. So how, can you really believe it? I personally do not believe Lindsey Graham. I don't think he's a good man. I think he's strange. He's 70 years old plus. He's been in politics for 30, 40 years. He's never been married, doesn't have any kids. And sorry,
That's so weird.
I don't trust you. When you have that much power and you show yourself as a conservative, it's like, you you would think you'd have conservative values, but that's not something that I really see within that guy. So not someone that I trust. So we got a question here coming in from a text. Would I rather listen to Mark Levin or Tucker Carlson? Oof.
I don't even know who Mark Levin is.
Oh, he's a Fox News guy. And
I don't watch Fox News.
He's right along the side. Well, he's probably not. Anyway, he's probably about the same as like a Lindsey Graham in my book.
Oh, then Tucker Carlson.
So I don't like him at all. As far as Tucker Carlson, there's times that I like him, but I think he's a showman. I think he does things to get attention. And like some of the things that he's been saying lately where he's attacked, I mean, the person that asked the question, I don't know if you know this, but he's been attacking Trump like aggressively over the last probably
I haven't
2
liked
months.
that.
Now, I do like that he says what he is not afraid to be confrontational. He was on with Huckabee a few weeks ago, and I like how he attacks what people say of like, hey, basically they think that the Bible says that, and honestly, Charlie Kirk said the same thing, but I disagree with both of them, Huckabee and Charlie Kirk, that because God has blessed Israel, that those who bless Israel, God will bless. So what does that mean? I mean,
I think it's taken a little too literally.
Well, yeah, Israel was something completely different back in the Bible. It was much larger.
Mm-hmm.
It was a much larger country. It was, and then how I interpret that is not the country, it's the people.
It's the people that follow Christ or follow God.
It's the covenant people.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, and I love everybody, but I don't believe the Jews are the covenant people. I believe people that follow Christ are the covenant people.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anything,
because the covenant switched when Christ came, that's when, he fulfilled that law to where now in order to be the covenant people, you have to be a follower of Christ.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, that was they lean on that for whatever reason, and I just don't believe that that's what it means. I think Israel is a covenant people, and those that follow Christ and complete his covenants are his covenant people. And those people will be blessed, and those that help them will be blessed.
And I think the Jews should be protected, and they deserve their right to a space and those type in that sense. But as far as them being the covenant people, I don't think it's them anymore. I think it's the followers of Christ.
Well, everybody deserves to be protected. I mean, that was Christ's message was to love everybody. Mm-hmm. He didn't just go to the Jews. He went to the Samaritans. He told his apostles to go to the Gentiles. I mean, he wanted everybody to receive the covenants. So he wants everybody to be that way. And, we have this war, and we've had a lot of civilians die, but I think, we're trying our best just to blow up things that are more military than anything. But if you look at Iran and their people, man, they have great people there. I mean, their people are very good. And one of the criticisms that I have with this war is I think we started at the wrong time. Or I think it wasn't coordinated well because, about a month and a half, maybe even 2 months before the war started, the people of Iran started to protest and rebelled against their government. Well, the government of Iran shut off the internet and everything else, and they went on a murder spree and apparently killed around 30 to 40,000 people, and it scared them to death. So now the people aren't out like they were. And this war has to be won by the people. We can go and we can blow up all their equipment and all that type of stuff, but the people of Iran don't even have guns. Most of their citizens are not armed. So they're sitting ducks. They can go out there and protest. And the IRGC or the supreme leader does not care about life.
He'd kill every one of them if he needed to.
Yeah, they don't care about life. If you don't believe in his way, your life is worthless to him. So you have to look at it in this perspective that is reality for that part of the world. And those leaders do not care about their people. They care about power. And probably that's it. They're going to lean into their religion. But there's a lot of good Muslims that don't do those types of things. But I think that they're going to lean into their religion, and um, it's causing the mess that we see over there. So the
Yeah.
people, and I did a little bit of comparison. I can't remember the exact numbers now. This is a while back, but during our Civil War, I think we lost about 700,000 people, if I remember right. Anyway, I did the compare, and we have 330 million people now. They have 90 million people in Iran. And if you did a comparison on how many people they would have to sacrifice to get their freedom or to win their civil war, it's about 2 million people. Now, I don't want any of them to die, but they have to realize that they're going to have to do something and be part of this, because the people of the United States do not want to put boots on the ground.
No.
We can help you from the air. We can help you from the sea. We wiped out their Air Force. We wiped out their Navy pretty much. Trump says 100%. Maybe it's 5% that is left, so 95%. He tends to exaggerate. But either way, we wiped out a lot of their military. They kind of shoot fire and they run. And you're not going to be able to stop them without boots on the ground. But it can't be our boots. It's got to be the people. Now, the only thing that I can think of is for us to smuggle guns in. But you're going to have those guns get to bad people. You're going to have them get to good people. But I don't see any other way to help them out besides boots on the ground if you're wanting a true regime change.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. If you want a true regime change, you're going to have to be a little more aggressive and put our own guys on the ground. Because, like you said, they've already killed, the government there has killed too many people. It's gotten people scared to, go out again. So giving them guns is going to be the next best thing to putting boots on the ground. But even then, I don't know how effective it would be.
Yeah. Yep.
So.